I just have to dip into this a little bit. Hello. Because you know how we sometimes will talk about how, and by the way, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. These shows have been blazing by. Is it just me? I've been on for 2 hours plus now. Boom. We're having so much fun. I appreciate you guys being here. I adore you. And I thank you for sharing your time with me. I can't tell you how encouraging it is and how proud I am that you guys are here. You know how we've been talking about how like there's that huge drop off to Flashpoint where you're like, your media strategy is completely fucked if you end up, on Flashpoint making your case. Because, the corporate media, which means media that actually makes money and sells advertising because people trust it. And then the huge drop off to Newsmax and OAN and all that and RSBN. And then like when you really flush and get way down into the clogged shit pipe of media, there's Flashpoint. Well, Navarro has found a loophole in that point. This guy, remember, Navarro went on Ari Melber and shit the bed. Then he went on Bannon, and Bannon was going to help him clean it up, right? Check this shit out. Now he's on Lindell TV with Diamond and Silk doing the cleanup. Holy hell. Chit chat. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on one second. I'm allergic to bad graphics packages bought off the internet. Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live on Lindell TV. This is on their Rumble channel, so they're probably in it. Ads.
Lindell TV is proud to present Diamond and Silk Chit Chat.
By the way, also, fix your fucking intro, dude. Right? This is so cheesy. All right, let's get through the opening where they get, because they're gonna oh, here we go. And he's got crack hands again. We don't know what he's smoking. Here we go. We'll cut to him. Is he gonna be doing his whole I'm on so much speed, my joints are curling.
On the time, because I like to get the guests on so we can talk to them. So let me go.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I owe them an apology. It's not that the sound on the intro is terrible. All of it's terrible. Hey, Mike Lindell, money well spent.
I want to introduce him. He was the assistant to President Trump, director of trade manufacturer policy during the Trump administration, and an American economist, and the author of In Trump Time. Please welcome to the show, Peter Navarro. Peter.
Hey, Navarro, but sure. Also, I appreciate that he's selling the book on there. But, all right, never mind. Navarro. I mean, why would they know? He's just one of Trump's cabinet people. All right.
Ladies, it's so great to see you here. Hey, let me tell you something here. One of my great fond memories was when I was in the White House, and I watched you two work with Lou Dobbs over at that network, which shall not be named here right now. But that was my first introduction to Diamond and Silk, and that was a beautiful thing. I think.
So they're responsible for Lou Dobbs being broke? Poor Lou Dobbs.
I think Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, Google, I think they're doing us a great big favor by overplaying their hands so much, suppressing the truth, that they've let all these things blossom like Diamond and Silk on Frank TV and then on their podcast.
Yeah. In any normal society, we would not let people have a shit podcast on a crap anus of the internet network set up by a pillow magnet. In the old days in America, we would have just stopped that. Thanks, James. What if the judge's name is Chad?
Things like that.
Thank you,
Getter
BW.
is the Twitter killer. That's coming on strong. So we're together. We're a community.
Yeah.
We will prevail, Diamond and Silk. We will win this.
I love what you said.
Yeah, we will win this. Yeah, keep winning. Yeah, you're this close. Just keep at it. Don't give up now. You're this close to winning when you're on Diamonds and Silk's Lindell TV show. I mean, you used to be a financial commentator on Fox Business for years, where people actually took your financial advice seriously. Now, you're
now,
this close. That was, how did you know at the time how far you were from winning?
We've been wanting to talk to you probably since 2020. Mm-hmm. Because the one thing that we noticed about you is your instinct. Yes. Your instinct. And the mere fact that you had to get down.
He does stink. I believe that. I think he probably smells like can Old Spice go bad?
Flip flop Fauci straight. So before we even talk about Fauci,
Fauci was a choreographer. Fauci, and Twyla. Shit.
I want to know from you, why is it that the left is calling what happened on January the 6th an insurrection when President Trump was the president, Biden was not in office, okay? Right. They wasn't even about to certify. They were going over what these states have found when it comes to election integrity.
Yeah.
So why is the left spinning this narrative a lie?
Wait, I see. It can't be an insurrection if you're in charge of things, even though you were just voted out and you're doing this so that you don't have to leave office. What?
Well, look,
yes,
the real insurrection happened on November 3rd when...
That's Trump's line, by the way. I wouldn't doubt, though, that he stole it from Navarro. Was that your name again? Venereal disease? I don't know. We'll ask Burlap and Slick.
Democrats, you stole the election, not just from Donald Trump, but from the 74 million people who voted the Trump-Pence ticket. And by the way...
Well, yeah, except they didn't, and you lost. They stole it by winning. That's the worst kind of theft in the world is the kind you pay for.
We didn't only lose the White House that day, we lost the Senate because in the cesspool of Georgia, there were 2 Republican Senate candidates. At least one of them would have won if not for that steal. And McSally...
Well, arguably the steal argument would be the thing because, quite frankly, Trump was the one who drove down the voter turnout specifically in that area. Literally, his shit talking the election is what made Republicans not vote. That was the edge that actually, I mean, they've already kind of moved from purple to, leaning more towards blue in Georgia anyways. But that was all the edge they needed because a bunch of Republicans just were, if they can't have Trump, they don't want anybody, they stayed the fuck home.
Arizona Republican would have won as well. So the left hasn't blamed China for this virus that's killing millions because they want to blame Donald Trump. Let's figure that out.
Huh? Oh, I see. Because we don't want to use racist terms like China virus or the Chinese virus because that would put Chinese people who live in the United States or quite frankly are just the citizens of the country under the CCP and are in danger of violence themselves, in an undue danger and create more room for anti-Asian violence amongst your crowd. So we kind of avoid that part of it. Not necessarily saying it didn't come from China or that they didn't. I mean, I don't know. The Biden administration has literally done 2 investigations into it and are continuing to work with the WHO to find out more information as China tries to shut down us looking into the origins of the disease itself. But in the meantime, blaming Chinese people, I think, is the problem that most of us have, not the government of China or the lax things. And we don't blame Donald Trump for the disease getting here. We blame him for the shit response.
They want to say it's a fair election because they got their useful idiot in Joe Biden, and anything they would say would undermine that. They want to protect Fauci because he's the guy that helped bring Trump down with all of his lies and misdirection.
How? I thought Trump just listened to Fauci and did the opposite. It was a great system. Good old Operation Fart Steed, right? Hold on.
Captain's log.
And I think it's falling apart as we speak. You know, the people
totally
are smart, right? If you look at the narratives of the main...
Especially the ones that stormed the Capitol, beat cops, and carried a Confederate flag in the rotunda.
Mainstream media,
people are smart.
It's like, everything's okay, Biden's fine, he's doing great, Fauci's telling us the truth, the pandemic's under control, don't worry, be happy. Meanwhile, the polls say that over half of the American people think the election was stolen. A third of them want
no, they don't.
Overturned. The country moving in the wrong direction is like 80% now. It's like historic level. The trust factor from everyone.
Well, that's because that's a mix. It's the why is part of the conversation. Because it's like the stuff about the ACA. A bunch of people were against the ACA on both sides of the aisle, and it made it 60% unpopular at the time because 30% wanted to go further and 30% didn't want it to exist. But if you just go, who doesn't like it, it's 60%. That's not the same thing, and certainly doesn't point to the attitude towards what's happening in the policy. Same thing is true in this situation.
I think the only person who has a lower trust factor an approval rating than Biden and Fauci is Kamala Harris. So that's a low bar.
So Mike Pence is doing well? Is that you've checked in on him?
And if we look at 2022 coming up with the Republicans, we're going to see an epic 100-year flood where we take back as many as 100 seats. Diamond, so the thing I'm worried about, and
no, we're not. And if you think you're going to take back 100 seats, and I guess more than the people who are just going to get reelected in red districts. Is that what he means? Take back. So if you take it back, you already had them. All right, never mind. But what he's worried about.
See this every day in the Republican Party to this date is it's split. You got the forces of Trumpism who care about things like cracking down on China, cracking down on unfair trade practices, creating blue.
I'm sorry. Cracking down on China? Cracking down on China. All right, I got it. I mean, we don't have time to cover this whole thing. It's a fucking hour. But we do this all the fucking time. Some fucking body in the right wing, one of the maggots out here, explain to me how the AUKUS agreement between the UK, the US, and China, and the agreement between Japan, the UK, and the United States to patrol around Taiwan and protect it, and all this stuff, how is any of this impossible during the Trump years? What part of it was difficult or impossible to do? Even after Trump decided he was mad at China, remember? He could have signed the AUKUS agreement in October of 2020. Right? He didn't do shit. He made a deal with China to buy $30 billion worth of agricultural goods. They bought $11 billion. They made a third of their commitment. And they need that shit. Like, you don't even have to make a deal. They need so much fucking food. Like, we dealt with this before. And like, the weird part is that Navarro, let's see, China, pork, pigs, blah, blah, blah. This is older. Hold on. No. Give me 1 second. This is why. There's Fortune magazine. China is getting its pig epidemic under control, but it's not out of the woods yet. This is from July. Jack Lau puts on a full-body medical protective suit and pulls up his face mask at the gate of the Hong Kong Heritage Pork Farm in rural northern Hong Kong. Lau, co-founder of the farm, then uses an electrical pump to spray his rubber boots with disinfectant and wash his hands before entering the farm's pig weaning facility, which houses some 4,000 pigs between 1 and 8 months old. The routine has nothing to do with COVID-19. Rather, it's meant to halt the spread of African swine fever, a deadly pathogen that has ravaged global pig herds. It isn't harmful to humans, but it's 95 to 100% fatal in China. They've had to cull 700 million pigs in China. Of course they're going to buy pork from us. Of course they're going to buy soybeans and beef.
Manufacturing jobs, sealing the southern border so you don't have 2 million illegal aliens come over to suppress the wages of black and brown and blue-collar Americans.
Hi, stupid. Wages are going up. We're not sealing the border. Trump didn't even seal the border. Nobody fucking seals the border. And you certainly, if you're going to, you don't build a goddamn slat fence to do it. Oh, God, this is tiresome. I can't do this whole thing. It's just, I just wanted to point out that Navarro is stuck doing Lindell TV. And this is a sign that he's winning. They're winning. They're on the verge of winning. Here on this January 6th. You know, they can tell that they're this close. It's coming back. January 6th is they're gonna bring themselves back to power. And the way they're gonna do it is by bitching on Mike Lindell's second channel. Oh, God. Ridiculous.